Ollie Watkins to Man United transfer latest as new move planned and Aston Villa stance set. The latest Manchester United transfer news as we bring you the latest reports around a potential move for Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins. Manchester United still have a while to complete their transfer business as Ruben Amorim looks for a more successful season in 2025-26. United have already been active in the window with the forward line appearing to be the priority. The club completed the £62.5 million transfer for Wolves forward Matheus Cunha early in the window. After somewhat of a saga, they also got a deal for Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo over the line early in the week. The Cameroon international completed his move to Old Trafford. But it seems that Amorim is still not totally satisfied with his attacking options. United continue to be linked with strikers as the club search for a number 9. With Victor Gyökeres completing his move to Arsenal, United will have to look at other options. One of those is said to be Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins. With that in mind, here is a look at the latest surrounding the England international's future and a potential move to Old Trafford. United could face competition for the striker, with Newcastle United reportedly adding Watkins to their shortlist should they be forced to cash in on Alexander Isak this summer. The Sweden international has reportedly asked to leave the club amid interest from Liverpool. According to the Daily Mail, Watkins appears on a 4-man shortlist drawn up by Newcastle. Chelsea's Nicolas Jackson, Brentford's Yoane Wissa and Red Bull Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko are also named as potential targets. Aston Villa have reportedly told United that Watkins is not for sale this summer. The 29-year-old is said to be valued at around £60 million by the Midlands club. He has 3 years remaining on his contract at Villa Park. It was suggested that he had become unsettled at being pushed down the pecking order by the arrival of United loanee Marcus Rashford at Villa Park. He could however now regain his place as first choice, with Rashford returning to United and completing a loan move to Spanish giants Barcelona this summer. It's not just Newcastle who are reported to have a striker shortlist for the final weeks of the transfer window. Reports this week claimed that United also have a 3-man shortlist of potential targets. ESPN name Watkins as well as Paris Saint-Germain's Reinal Kolo Muani and Juventus Dusan Vlahovic as options that have been explored so far. It is added that sales would have to be made to fund any of the transfers. Is Ollie Watkins the missing piece in Manchester United's attack? What's happening at Old Trafford right now? Let's start with the basics. Manchester United has already made some serious moves in the transfer market. They've spent big money to bring in 2 exciting forwards. First, they splashed out £62.5 million to get Matheus Cunha from Wolves. That's a lot of cash, but Cunha has shown he can find the back of the net in the Premier League. Then came Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford. This one took a bit longer to sort out. There was what people call a saga around the deal. But United got their man in the end. The Cameroon international is now officially a Red Devil, ready to add pace and creativity to their attack. But here's the thing that might surprise you: even after spending all that money on 2 new attackers, Amorim still isn't happy with what he's got. Why? Because he's looking for something specific, a proper number 9. A classic striker who can lead the line and score goals consistently. Why is United still shopping for strikers? You might be wondering, if they've already bought 2 forwards, why do they need more? It's a fair question. The answer lies in what football experts call squad depth and tactical flexibility. Think about it this way. Manchester United plays a lot of games throughout the season. They're in the Premier League, cup competitions, and hopefully European tournaments too. That's a massive number of matches. Players get tired, injured, or sometimes just need a rest. Having more quality options means the team can stay strong even when key players aren't available. Plus, different games need different approaches. Sometimes you want a fast winger like Mbeumo to stretch the defense. Other times, you need a strong striker like Cunha to hold up the ball. And then there are matches where you want a classic goal scorer, someone who lives in the penalty box and knows how to finish chances. That's where Ollie Watkins comes into the picture. Who is Ollie Watkins and why does United want him? If you don't know much about Ollie Watkins, let me fill you in. This guy has been one of the Premier League's most consistent goal scorers over the past few years. He plays for Aston Villa and has been absolutely crucial to their success. Watkins isn't just any striker. He's quick, he's smart, and he knows where the goal is. At 29 years old, he's in what many consider the prime years for a footballer. He's experienced enough to handle pressure but still young enough to perform at the highest level for several more seasons. What makes Watkins special? Well, he's not just a goal scorer. He works hard for the team, tracks back to help defend, and creates chances for his teammates too. In modern football, managers love players who can do multiple jobs, and Watkins fits that bill perfectly. For England, he's become a regular starter. That tells you something about his quality. Only the best English players get to wear the national team shirt regularly. But there's a problem: Victor Gyökeres. Originally, Manchester United had their eyes on a different target, Victor Gyökeres. This Swedish striker has been scoring goals for fun, and United thought he would be perfect for their system. But then something happened that changed everything. According to reports, Gyökeres ended up joining Arsenal instead. That's got to hurt for United fans. Missing out on a top target is never fun, especially when they go to a rival team. But in football, these things happen all the time. When one door closes, another one opens. And that's exactly what's happening here. With Gyökeres off the table, United have turned their attention to Watkins. Some might say this is a backup plan, but honestly, Watkins might be an even better fit for what United needs. What's Aston Villa's position? Here's where things get interesting. Aston Villa doesn't want to sell Ollie Watkins. At all. Can you blame them? He's their star striker, their main goal threat, and probably one of the first names on the team sheet every week. Villa has made their position very clear: Watkins is not for sale. They've communicated this back to United after the initial inquiry was made. It's like when someone asks to buy your favorite car, and you immediately say, "Not interested," before they even mention a price. But why is Villa so determined to keep him? It's simple. Watkins has become Villa's leading Premier League goal scorer. That's a huge achievement. He's the player they build their attacks around. Losing him would be like losing the engine of their car. Everything else might still work, but you're not going anywhere fast. Plus, Watkins is under contract until 2028. That gives Villa a lot of power in any negotiations. They don't need to sell, and they certainly don't need to sell cheap. What does the player think? This is where it gets really interesting. Manchester United make Benjamin Sesko transfer decision as exciting update emerges. Latest Manchester United transfer news and gossip with an update on the future of RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. Manchester United have reportedly made their first attempt to try and sign RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. Ruben Amorim's side have been heavily linked with signing Sesko this summer as they look to bring in a new centre-forward. Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund are United's current striker options, but there are rumours that the club will look to bring in reinforcements before the September 1st deadline. Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo have both already been signed by United this summer. Sesko's future has been the subject of speculation for some time, with Arsenal and Newcastle being linked with a move for the Slovenia international over the last few weeks. Now a fresh update has emerged which concerns United's chances of signing Sesko. Journalist Fabrizio Romano has reported that United have made contact with Sesko's representatives with a view to potentially signing the striker this summer. It has been claimed that United are yet to approach Sesko himself or Leipzig, but that there is definite interest from the Reds to get a deal over the line. Romano has claimed on his latest YouTube video that United are set to battle Newcastle for Sesko's signature, with the Magpies also approaching the striker over a potential deal. There is no indication yet of which destination Sesko would prefer at this moment in time, although it's hinted that United have a good chance of completing a deal if a fee can be agreed. "I maintain my position," Romano said. "It is going to be a very important week because Newcastle have presented their project to the players' side. Because Newcastle are attacking, so they are prepared to make a big proposal financially to the player and a big proposal financially also to RB Leipzig, obviously with this Isak story ongoing with Liverpool. For Sesko, Newcastle are ready to make something big, but don't forget also Man United. Man United have been discussing internally for days about strikers, Ollie Watkins, but Aston Villa insist on keeping the player, Sesko, but obviously financially it is not an easy deal. But Man United also in the recent hours on Sunday night, on Monday morning made new contacts with Sesko's camp. Not directly with the player, but with agents of the player to start conversations about eventual numbers, the contract, the project, the vision. So Man United are starting to move. Newcastle have already presented their project and are prepared to match the financial request. So Newcastle are ready to make a very important proposal to Sesko and Leipzig. Man United have started the concrete conversation while they discussed his name internally for weeks. So keep an eye on this Sesko story, because in the next hours, days, we will understand more what Sesko wants to do and so what is going to happen. For Sesko, there is a gentleman's agreement between the player, the agent and RB Leipzig, a very good relationship. If the player tells Leipzig there is a club I consider special, there is a gentleman's agreement to make the price drop to 70 to 80 million euros. So 70 to 80 million euros, let's say this is the range, and then 5 to 10 million euros in add-ons, so this could be the package for Sesko, a gentleman's agreement if the player wants. So keep an eye on this one, because Newcastle made already a big project proposal, and financial proposal is ready, and Man United made contact to be informed of the situation. Let's see what is going to happen. Sesko is reported to be valued at around 80 million euros, £69.4 million, which would include add-ons if a deal was to be agreed. Manchester United finally make their move. Is Benjamin Sesko the answer to their striker problems? Manchester United fans, how long have you been waiting for this moment? After months of watching your team struggle to find the back of the net consistently, the Red Devils have finally made their first real move for a striker who could change everything. Benjamin Sesko, the 22-year-old Slovenian sensation from RB Leipzig, is now officially in United's crosshairs, and this time it's not just talk. The big news, United's first real attempt. So what exactly happened? Reports are now confirming that Manchester United have made their first serious attempt to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig. This isn't just another rumor or interested party story that we see every transfer window. This is Manchester United actually stepping up and making a move. Think about it, how many times have we heard, United are monitoring, or United are interested, only for nothing to happen? This time feels different. Ruben Amorim's side have reportedly made contact, and they are treating Sesko as a priority target for their striker position. But why now? And why Sesko? Who is Benjamin Sesko anyway? If you're not familiar with Benjamin Sesko, you're about to be. This 22-year-old striker from Slovenia has been making waves across Europe, and for good reason. Standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches, Sesko brings a physical presence that many top clubs have been craving. But here's what makes him special, he's not just a big guy who can head the ball. Sesko has genuine pace, technical ability, and most importantly, he knows where the goal is. Playing for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga, he's proven he can perform at the highest level week in and week out. What's interesting about Sesko is his age. At 22, he's young enough to develop and improve, but experienced enough to make an immediate impact. That's exactly the type of signing that makes sense for a club like Manchester United, who want both short-term success and long-term planning. Why Manchester United need him? Let's be honest here, when was the last time Manchester United had a striker who genuinely scared defenders? Someone who could lead the line with authority and consistently find the back of the net. The current situation at Old Trafford isn't great. While there are talented players in the squad, there's been a clear lack of a reliable goal scorer. Games have been lost not because of poor defending or midfield play, but simply because United couldn't finish their chances. This is where Sesko could be a game changer. His style of play seems perfect for what Ruben Amorim wants to achieve. The new manager is looking for someone who can press aggressively, hold up play when needed, and most importantly, put the ball in the net when opportunities arise. What this transfer could mean? Imagine this scenario, it's a crucial Premier League match, United are pressing high, and they win the ball back in a dangerous position. Instead of passing sideways or backwards, they have a striker like Sesko making intelligent runs, demanding the ball, and converting chances that might have gone missing before. That's the dream. right? But transfers aren't just about dreams, they're about reality. And the reality is that signing Sesko wouldn't just solve United's striking problems, it could transform their entire approach to attacking football. With a reliable striker in place, other players like Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and the wingers would have a focal point to work with. The creativity is there in the team, what's been missing is someone to finish the moves. The competition and challenges. But here's where things get interesting. Manchester United aren't the only club interested in Sesko. Reports suggest that other top European clubs have been watching him closely.